Boris Johnson has come under fire for claiming the troubled Test and Trace programme has very little or nothing to do with the spread of coronavirus. The Prime Minister made the bizarre comment when challenged over the failures of the scheme in the Commons. Test and Trace was launched in May with the express aim to identify, contain and control coronavirus, reduce the spread of the virus and save lives, according to the government at the time. Labour MP Stephanie Peacock challenged the PM on why her Barnsley East constituent had been asked to travel 300 miles to get a test for her son, and demanded the PM fix the testing system. But the PM retorted, "I increasingly think it's disgraceful that the Labour opposition continue to blame NHS Test and Trace for the resurgence of the disease. There is a complete hiatus in their logic," he added. Testing and tracing has very little or nothing to do with the spread or the transmission of the disease. The spread or the transmission of the disease is caused by contact between human beings and all the things that we're trying to minimise, and that is why, of course, NHS Test and Trace is vital. But the way to fix the problem now is for the whole country to follow this package of guidance, drive the R down, and allow both education and the economy to continue. But there is a complete flaw in their logic. His comments come at odds with the government's decision to put Test and Trace at the heart of their coronavirus strategy in May. The scheme has been hit by problems, with people across the country struggling to access tests. Testing boss Dido Harding admitted to MPs last week that demand for tests was up to 4 times the capacity. On Tuesday, the number of coronavirus cases in the UK passed 400,000, with a further 4,926 lab-confirmed cases. Labour said the Prime Minister doesn't even understand the basics and urged the government to get a grip on the ongoing testing chaos. Coronavirus outbreak Shadow Health Secretary John Ashworth said, "When testing breaks down, we lose control of the virus and risk further national restrictions." This is an absurd comment from the Prime Minister and suggests he doesn't even understand the basics. The Prime Minister used to say that a world-beating system would defend us, but now claims that testing and tracing failures have little or nothing to do with the resurgence of COVID-19. Ministers must get a grip of the ongoing testing fiasco. Tory MP Andrew Percy said the PM was wrong to suggest Test and Trace was not important. He told Sky News, "Sometimes the words don't come quite as intended, but we do know that testing and tracing and tracking is important to the spread of the virus." The Prime Minister has said that many times, which is why we have increased testing 100 times since the start of this, and are now testing more than pretty much every country in Europe. So I think the Prime Minister does believe there is a link, because there obviously is.